Hey guys, Dr. John Dandridge here. I want to go over 3 really common signs that we see almost each and every week for people who have hip problems, hip pain, hip dysfunction, imbalances in the hips. These are 3 signs that we see very regularly for people with those issues. The hips, critical to life, really. It's the pelvis that is so important with anything that we do in terms of our lower body, lunging, running, jumping, squatting, anything like that. We have to have a stable base, and the pelvis is what creates that foundation, that base for our spine to sit on. And so very important that those joints, the 2 joints that make up our pelvis, are very healthy and move fluidly without restriction, tension, and compression. So here are 3 signs that we see very regularly for people with hip problems. Number 1, if you're lying in bed and you're switching positions, maybe you're rolling over from one side to the other, or you're lying on your back and you're rolling over to one side. When we throw our legs over and we start to twist at our hips, if that creates a lot of discomfort and pain, maybe it even wakes you up at night, there's a great chance that there's a good chance that you may have hip issues, right? There may be some dysfunction in those hip joints. Number 2, if sitting down, like if you're standing and you're slowly descending controlled to take a seat, if that causes problems, or the contrary of that, the reverse of that, if we're seated and getting up into a standing position in a controlled way, if those movements, if that causes any pain and discomfort, there's a good chance that there may be issues in the hips and hip joints. The third and final thing is if we're doing something supported by one leg. So if we're walking upstairs and there's and at any given time when we're walking upstairs, there's one leg that is bearing the weight of our body while the other leg catches up and climbs. So if that creates pain when we have to control the weight of our body on one leg, or if we have to like bend over and pick something up and we have to balance ourselves on one leg, if that makes you feel unbalanced, weak, vulnerable, maybe pain or discomfort, there's a good chance that also there may be pain or dysfunction in your hip joints. Okay? There's only one way to know for sure. That's get it checked out. And that's what we do here in our office. Every exam, we look for these things. We look for where areas of imbalance, where areas of dysfunction are, where are the joints not moving well, and that's ultimately what we're after to correct for many reasons. So if you have any questions, let us know. We're always open for a conversation, okay? Thanks so much.